What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. That's right, y'all. It's your boy, the Options Boss, sliding up on y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys made some money. And I hope you're ready to study so we can be prepared to make some money this last day before we could go eat some turkey and chill with the fam. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to do something different today. I usually talk to you about what the market is doing and tell you a couple of plays that we could possibly make some money in. Instead, today, I'm going to tell you guys what the market is doing and tell you a few plays that we do not want to touch to buy calls on if we want to make money in this market. So, that being the case, veterans of the channel, y'all already know how I go. Go down below, like the video, drop a comment, and every time you do, your support helps my channel grow. I appreciate you guys so much. Also, watch this video from beginning to end, and if you do, you're going to learn from beginning to end, and the YouTube algorithm is going to love me, and for that, guys, I love you. Newbies to the channel. If you're interested in the stock market, if you're interested in trading options, I'm your boy. I'm the Options Boss. I'm going to give you the game from A to Z and let you know how the thing go. What you need to do is you need to go down below, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and hit all notifications. And when you do that, YouTube is going to make sure you get these Get Money Jewels that I drop first things first, right off the press, so you can put these game plans and strategies right into play the very next day as soon as the market opens. Now, with that being said, it's definitely been an interesting week to start these first couple days. We had Monday, which was bullish, and then it was not. We had today, which was bullish, and then it was not. And it was an interesting setup. Today, we did about the best we could do with that situation in my paid options group chat. We started out the day, we had calls, but like I said, it started out bullish, and then it wasn't. And when it dumped, I kind of saw that coming, so I didn't panic. I told everybody we got those expirations further out to December the 3rd. We just going to chill. We're going to let the market do what it does today. And as it went down, as the market was pulling back, we jumped in Zoom puts. We made some money there. We jumped in SPY puts. One SPY broke 466. And we rolled SPY down to about that 465 area. And then we took profit there. Now, what happened was we made a heck of a lot of money on Zoom. That's first things first. But the SPY bounced around that 465 area. And when we saw that that could be a reversal, we got out of those puts and we sort of was playing a waiting game. And then when we got what looked to be a reversal on SPY, I told the team, I said, hey guys, I would like to see SPY above 467 to finish the day. If that happens, we got a chance of having a good day tomorrow. And I said, if SPY goes over 468, SPY is going to be bullish tomorrow. And if it's bullish, we should have a nice day for sure. So, that being the case, SPY did reclaim 467, and it did reclaim 468. So, I was very happy about that. And when that happened, we were able to, in the process of getting that reversal, we were able to add a few more calls, not many, but just a few more calls that I did like, and average down on a few calls that we're already holding. And the reason why we were able to do that is because I understood the support level of where SPY was. And in that spirit of talking about support, guys, I am doing a tier 3 video tonight talking about support and resistance. And what's going to happen is it's going to explain to you a lot about trading and how to help you not lose money trading. If you're trading and you don't understand support and resistance, you're really handicapping yourself. So get over to tier 3, and definitely sign up for my tier 3 membership. You pay $29.99 a month, but the knowledge you gain is going to make you way more money than that this month and every month to come for the rest of your life. I always say it's information that you can never unlearn once you learn it. So you want to be over at tier 3 to learn about support and resistance. But I don't want to get too caught up with that because that's a whole nother video. But like I said, because we understood the support levels and because of the expiration dates, I stayed in the calls that we had. I averaged down where I could, and I added a few new ones where I could. And the beauty of it all is we made money on puts on the way down. We didn't have to take no losses on our calls. We took a loss on one call, and it wasn't a big deal. We made way more than that back on our puts. And if spot is indeed bullish tomorrow and we get to make money on our puts tomorrow, obviously that's a hypothetical, but if so, it would have been a perfect scenario where we ate on the way down and we ate again on the way up. And that would be a perfect scenario, like I said. So that's definitely what we're looking for. I definitely expect a bullish day tomorrow to finish off the day before Turkey Day, I guess I'll say. I definitely expect a bullish day. If it is, we're positioned to eat a little bit off of that. So we're going to eat before we eat, basically. And I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are not in a lot of positions. You know, I don't like to swing a lot of stuff. I hope you're not swinging a lot of stuff. So this way you can react to what the market is giving you on a given day. Now, that being said, I did tell you guys that I'm going to give you 3 stocks that you do not want to trade. So, guys, I'm going to give you those 3 stocks that you do not want to trade on calls, on puts, etc. And I'm going to give you those 3 stocks right now. All right, guys. So the first stock I got for you guys that you do not want to buy calls on is Roku. Now, I know you're like, wait a minute. Why do I not want to buy calls on Roku? I'm sure this year you've made a lot of money on Roku. I've made a lot of money on Roku. And that's how I know you've made a lot of money on Roku. And I'm sure you're like, Roku's a moneymaker. What are we doing here? So I'm going to break it down for you guys. Right here is Roku's daily chart. And as you look at the daily chart, everything is all good. All this is good movement. You see big moves, big bull candles, big bear candles, etc., etc. Everything is there. You could have made a lot of money. If you look at the price on the left-hand side of the screen towards the top, you'll see big moves. You could have made a lot of money at a lot of different times trading Roku. Fast forward. Roku has earnings. Roku dumps down. And by down, I mean way down. To the point that they're not even on the screen anymore. And that's a problem. Roku has no positive momentum. And they haven't had any positive momentum since, you would have to say, the middle of October. So from the middle of October to now, which is a month and a half basically, if you bought calls on Roku, a lot of these days you would have got clapped. And that's why I say you don't want to buy calls on Roku now. And you don't want to buy calls until you see a reversal. When you see a reversal, you can buy calls, but you don't buy calls right here. If you see Roku finished the day today. Let's see if we can find it. This last candle. They opened the day trading at 231.81. They got as high as 233.38. They got as low as 223.33. And they closed at 226.06. If you see Roku trading at 240 tomorrow, that's a big jump. But you know what? I'm not jumping in on that. Reason why I'm not jumping on that, it's not a full-fledged reversal. 240 is not a big deal. If you look back a couple of days ago, you look at this candle right here, just 2 days back, you'll see Roku was at 240.59 at open. If you look at the day before that, you'll see Roku got as high as 245.30 on the high of the day, November the 18th. So what I need to see for a clear-cut reversal, at minimum, I need to see Roku pass the high of the other day, which was 245.30. If I see Roku over 245.30, maybe it's reversing, maybe it's worth a call. If I can't catch Roku over that price, I don't want it. I don't want to buy calls right. I don't want to buy calls right here because who's to say this is the bottom? And that's where people make a mistake at. They buy calls because the stock is a lot cheaper than what it used to be, and they figure it's got to run back up. And yes, it may indeed run back up, but who's to say it's going to run back up now? So you don't try to buy the calls just because it's way cheaper. You wait until you see the sign of a reversal, and then you buy. For example, when Roku was up here, Roku was trading 289, 290. And you see all these days they were trading in that area and then a big gap down. So if you say, all right, Roku is way cheaper than what it used to be, and mind you, 289, 290 is way cheaper than what Roku typically is anyway. But even at that level, if you see it drop down to the 260s, and you're like, all right, now I'm going to buy calls, but you didn't wait for a reversal, then what happens is now it's dropped down. Now you're in the 240s. And you're still in your calls because you think it's going to reverse. And then what happens? It drops down more. Now you're in the 230s. And what happens? It drops down more. Now you're in the 220s. That's why it's so important to wait for a sign of reversal. When you see Roku reverse, that's when you jump in. For me, the sign of reversal for Roku is 245.60. When I see it over that, and we'll say 245, we'll say 246. When I see Roku trading at 246, for me, it's reversed. Now I can jump in. Until then, anything Roku do in between 226, where it closed at today, and 246 is of no interest to me because I don't believe it, and I'm going to think that it's just going to pull back. And if you can recognize that, you'll play options a lot more safely. You'll know when to jump in. You'll know when not to jump in. You'll know how not to get fooled by certain numbers. So that's what I'm looking at. And if you look at Roku on a weekly, as I pull it up, where it's at currently, there is still room to the downside. There's nothing that signifies on this chart that Roku is about to turn around yet. There's still room to the downside. So I don't know that we're not going to see Roku at 220 at some point. I don't know if they're not going to break 220. When I see a move to tell me otherwise, that's when I'll move otherwise. So that's why I don't want you guys to play Roku. That's why I'm not going to play Roku for now. If you see a put opportunity, that's fine. Definitely not calls. Next play, I do not want you guys to touch. I am going to pull it up on my screen. And that play, if I get over to the daily chart, is Twitter. Now, again, Twitter you've made money on, guys. I know you have because I have. You've seen big gaps red, big gaps green, and it's made you money. However, again, similar to the Roku story, we got earnings and we dumped. And from where we dumped, you'll notice we had a lot of, big candles, whether they were red or green. And now you'll notice the candles are a lot smaller. This candle only has a $2 difference between a high and a low. Say, for example, this candle right here, this candle has a $3 difference between a high and a low. Let's say, for example, this candle here, this candle has a $4 difference between a high and a low. That day now seems to be gone. We got a $2 difference here. We got a dollar difference there. We got a dollar difference there. We got a $2 difference there, basically. Like, it's no movement now. The stock is not moving. And if it is moving, obviously it's moving in a bearish sentiment. I would grab puts here, but you got to be real close to the money, if not in the money. But I would not grab calls here. Nothing about this stock since it broke down after earnings told me that I will buy calls. So it finished this day. Today's date is the 23rd. It finished the day. It opened the day at 47.20. Got as high as 47.46. As low as 45.98. And it finished at 47.14. Obviously not a lot of movement. You can make money if you're close to the money on puts, but I wouldn't suggest it on calls because the chart is bearish, and it's been bearish pretty much, well, definitely all of November and even including the end of October. So we're going on almost a month here where this stock has just not been playable for call options and almost not playable for options at all unless you're close to the money. So that's what you got to look at when you see. And then if you look again on a weekly, there's nothing that says a reversal is coming yet. So because of that, we have to be careful. We have to make sure that we don't just jump in plays just to jump in, because this stock has not necessarily bottomed. When it shows us its bottom, then we can jump in. And if we want to know where the bottom is right here, I would identify this candle. So this candle opened at 50.65, got as high as 50.83. For me, if Twitter is reversing, I would need Twitter to be over $51 a share. And it finished the day trading at 47. So anything it do between 47 and 51 is not of interest to me. And If I see it, take a jump from 47 to 49 to 50, I'm not going to be interested in that jump. I'm not going to be in that jump. The only thing I'm interested in is Twitter over 51. Otherwise, I'm not with it. And I hope you guys can understand that and see why I'm not. Next, guys, I want to show you another chart that you should not be playing with right now. And this chart is Viacom. And this one right here, guys, self-explanatory. We ran up big time in March, as you see. And in late March, we dumped. And after we dumped, guys, you can look from late March. You can look from late March all the way till now. And while we've went down ever so slightly, we haven't made any type of big movements up or down. We have went down over the course of the months. It's still trending downward. However, there's no big bull candles. There's no big bear candles. It's gonna take a lot to make a lot of money here. And because of that, there's so many more stocks that you could play that will make you money. There's so many more different options that you could play to make you money. If this is on your watch list, get it off your watch list. Put something else there in its place until Viacom wakes up. And for me, for Viacom to wake up, I need Viacom to break over these July numbers for me to say it was woke. I would need Viacom to be trading near $48 a share. At $48 a share, I'm interested in Viacom again. Anything in between that, I think is just going to go back and forth. So I'm not interested in it. It's more safer ways to play options is to put your money to make yourself some money and possibly good money, because it's not even going to be, even if you get a win, barring some type of catalyst, it's not even going to be a huge win. So these are all things to think about when we're jumping in on plays. I hope this is helpful to you guys. You can always be a boss with the options boss. You already know, guys. I'm a holler when I holler.